Welcome back to the Mountain Man Medical YouTube channel. Thanks for hanging out. Today we're talking about the Recon Tourniquet. This is a variant or a replicant of the cat tourniquet. I've gotten a lot of requests on what I think about this, so hang out. We're going to talk about that next. All right, like I already said, I've had a lot of people ask me what my opinion is on this tourniquet, and I've never had a chance to actually look at one. They just never came around, never came through any of the things that I've ever done. So I went and I bought one with my own money. No one sent this to me. No one asked me to do this review besides you guys. So this is my pure, honest review. And I haven't even opened it, taken it out of the package yet. I wanted to kind of get a look at it on camera for the first time, get what my initial reactions are, and see if this might be a good tourniquet for you. All right, so let's open this sucker up. We'll see what's in here. I'm gonna come up a little bit and we'll see if you guys can see this. Get into it. Now, I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting into this. And my hands aren't even bloody, so make sure you're taking it out of the plastic before you decide to stage this in your kit, so that you don't have to struggle with it like this, especially if your hands are slippery. All right, so I went through a whole bunch of effort trying to get this Recon tourniquet out of the packaging, and it turns out that the camera wasn't even recording, of course. So we missed that, but it was kind of difficult to get this tourniquet out of the packaging. That's some pretty robust packaging. So you want to make sure that you are completely getting this out of all of the packaging before you stage this in your kit. You don't want to be trying to get this thing out when it's completely wrapped up in plastic. Your hands are bloody, sweaty, you're nervous. So just get this staged and ready to go first. That's going to be key. It seems like a pretty nice and flat package. I like the way that they fold these. This is a better fold method, I think, than the cat tourniquet. It seems like it's a little bit flatter, so that's kind of nice. In the packaging, we'll put this away for a second. We'll take a look at this. These are the instructions, and we got some pictures here of how the tourniquet works, and then on the back, there's more. So let's see what this has to say. Step 1, insert injured arm and leg into the loop in the band. Position tourniquet high into the armpit or groin, or 2 to 4 inches above the wound. Pull the band tight around the arm, leg, and secure Velcro up to windlass clip. Okay. Remove all space between band and skin. So pull out the slack. Who wrote this? Twist windlass until bleeding stops. Standard. Seat windlass inside windlass clip. Check for bleeding. If bleeding continues to or begins again, tighten the windlass. Secure the extra band over the windlass clip and around the rod. Place timestamp over the band and windlass. Record time. If bleeding continues, apply a second tourniquet directly above the first. Remove the slack, tighten, and seat windlass. Reassess. And this tells you what? On this side, it's got some more instructions, some more pictures. It says, feed the band through the buckle to the dotted line, fold back and adhere to the Velcro itself. Flatten and fold in half with the windlass facing out. Fasten the time strap open so the windlass can be seated into the clip. Place in a provided storage bag, tourniquet holder, or medical kit. Okay, so this is teaching you how to do the flat fold, I guess. So, yeah, that's nice. That seems pretty reasonable. I like that they include that. Most companies don't. I know for the SOF-T Wide, a flat fold is pretty essential for that tourniquet. And they do have a video on their website, but it would also be cool if they included a little thing like this. Kind of like it. All right. So let's look at what comes in this. We've got a little bit of plastic peeking out here. That's got me a little curious. So let's take that out and see what this is. This is it says Recon. This bag is UV resistant for long-term storage and sun protection. So you can keep this out on your kit if you're a police officer and you're outside a lot. You've got your tourniquet on your kit. This might be a good option for you, I guess. I think if it were me, I would just wear it on the outside of my kit with nothing around it, and then just replace this tourniquet every year, every 2 years, or when it starts looking a little grungy and dingy, because you don't want this wearing out and getting weak and that kind of stuff. So If you're outside a lot, like the military members are, and this is in the sun a lot, it could degrade to the point where it will be less effective. So just keep that in mind. This is a perishable item. Eventually you will need to replace this even if you don't use it. So keep that in the back of your mind. But they give you a little bag for it. It's got a nice little Recon logo, so it's kind of cool. And then the next thing that kind of pops out to me is they've got a aluminum, feels aluminum. I think it's, yeah, this is metal. It's got a metal windlass, and that's kind of nice. A lot of people don't like the cat tourniquet because they are afraid that the plastic windlass will break. So they have upgraded it on the Recon to make sure that that's not an issue. So if that's something that you don't like about the cat, Recon might be a good option for you. Now understand that this isn't approved by the TCCC committee, so it hasn't been vetted. One of the reasons why the cat tourniquet is so popular is because they were kind of the first on the scene that really commercialized and came up with a very good tourniquet. And since that Gen 1 cat tourniquet, we've upgraded to Gen 7 now. So they've changed everything over time to make the tourniquet more effective and more robust so that you don't have breakages, even though it's not approved by the TCCC committee. I'll leave that up to you about whether or not you want to risk that. And so we're going to open this up. The loop is kind of small. I would adjust this for you. You want this loop to be at least big enough that you can get it around your legs. So if you've got big legs like I do, you're not going to fit in that. So make sure that you're adjusting this tourniquet to a size that'll be a little bit better for you. Make it a little easier for you to get on and off. You want to make sure you can get it over your biggest limbs, of course, which is why you want to make this for about the size of your legs. So you can just loop this around, tighten it down, and you're good to go. And the other thing of note here is a little thumb loop here. So if you're slippery or bloody, you can get a thumb in there or a finger and really crank this thing down. So that's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever had a problem getting a hold of the end of this strap and gripping it. But that's nice that it's there. Seems like a very robust, well-made tourniquet. I don't have any problems with the stitching. Everything seems to look very well made. The windlass is knurled so that you can get a good grip on it when you're bloody. So that seems like it's good to go. Everything else appears to be very cat-like. I don't think there's too many huge details that are different than the cat. Beyond that, seems like a good tourniquet. All right, so let's throw this on and see how fast it is to get this self-applied. And we're gonna do it just like the cat tourniquet. The red tip's gonna be facing in towards our body, so we're gonna loop it around just like that. We're gonna go nice, high and tight. Come back around just like we do with the cat. Tie it on. Secure it with the time. No pulse. Feels nice and tight. Wiggling it, doesn't feel like it's going to come loose. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like it works. I mean, I haven't been shot and I'm not bleeding out, and this isn't a really tense and bad situation, but I have no pulse. And it was quick and efficient. It feels robust. It appears well made. Yeah, no problems. All right, guys, so that is the Recon tourniquet. I don't think I have a whole lot more to add about this. It seems like a quality piece of kit. I like it. It's very similar to the cat tourniquet. So if you like the cat tourniquet already, this might be a little bit better for you. I like the windlass. I like the little thumb thing, even though I don't know how important it is. I like that it's there. If I need it and it's there, I got it. So that's nice. It appears very well made. The only problem that I think I can foresee with this particular tourniquet is that it just doesn't have the quantity of data that the cat tourniquet has backing it up. I mean, it's hard to beat the cat tourniquet on how proven it is. How proven is this Recon tourniquet? I don't know. I would use it, definitely. I don't have a problem. I think it will do the job just fine, but you do have to kind of take that little caveat. That's a pretty popular thing that you have to warn people about, that it's not TCCC approved. But again, I like plenty of things that aren't TCCC approved. Just because it's not good for combat doesn't mean that it's good for you. And there are people out there that are making tourniquets who are not doing a very good job at making those tourniquets, and those tourniquets can get you killed. It doesn't appear that this will be one of those, but again, I don't know. I've only had a chance to play with this for a little while. I've not had a chance to save anybody's life with it. So that's usually my go-to about whether or not a piece of kit is going to work or not, is have I actually tried it? All right, guys, so Future Brian here. I was just about to post this video today, and I realized I had forgotten something pretty substantial. I got to be playing around with the Recon tourniquet after I had already completed the video and was getting ready to publish it when I realized I had missed something, fairly important. Definitely a selling point of this tourniquet, I think. And if you look here, you see this red tip? That's a pen, and it's sitting right down inside of this metal windlass of the Recon tourniquet. And if you pull this out, you got a little pen, and it's a tiny little ballpoint pen, and you can use that to write on the label of your tourniquet. Make sure you're recording your time, write down the address, all the stuff that you would normally use a pen for in an emergency situation. You got one right there. They're pretty cheap. They're only 50 cents a piece. So if you want to go and pick yourself up another one in case you lose this one, or maybe just get another one for the other end of your tourniquet, you could do that. So I think that's a pretty cool little selling point. Not like a game changer or anything like that, but it's nice to have. So I thought that I would share that with you guys, that I realized that was there. I'm sure you guys would have probably mentioned that down in the comments if I missed it, but I think that's a pretty cool little option. Not the cat tourniquet doesn't have it, and none of the other tourniquets that I know of, and it's kind of a simple little thing. Have it if you need it, and if you don't need it, it just stays right there. So that's about it, guys. I think this seems to be like a quality tourniquet. Stitching looks good. Everything feels robust. I'm going to do some testing on this in the future to see how it holds up compared to the cat and the SOF-T Wide, and see if I can't kind of determine that. And of course, it's not going to be scientific. It's just going to be me playing around and strapping this down and seeing if I can break it. But I would like to know that before I would trust my life to this. I'm sure a lot of other people would as well. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit, see what we got. Appreciate you. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button. Click that little bell icon, and that'll help to notify you whenever I release a new video. If you like what you saw, go ahead and do that. All right, guys, we do not sell this on the mountainmanmedical.com website. So if this is something that you would like to pick up, you're going to have to go over to their website and pick one of those up. I'll drop a link into the description down below, make it a little easier for you. But if you would rather have a cat tourniquet or a SOF-T Wide or a whole new trauma kit like our Yellowstone or Wind Rivers, then head over to the mountainmanmedical.com website and pick yourself up one of those. Be ready for whatever the mountain throws at you. I'll catch you guys in the next one.